Hare Krishna शारदावानन्दनिरलोका तराय कारुण्य घनाघनत्यम् प्राप्त सकलनगुणान्नवश वन्दे गुरश्रीचरणारविन्दम् महाप्रभु कीर्तन नित्य गीता।
So we were just watching the videos of Srila Prabhupada because no one joined, so I thought I'd play the videos. Prabhupada ki jai. All right, so we can get started now. We got Andrew Ananda Prabhu and Matthew Prabhu. We're just playing some videos. I'm not sure if you guys saw these videos. Let me just share it one more time. This one here.
More mantras?
Yeah.
रोमांचकं पास्तु तरंगभाजो वन्दे गुरश्रीचरणारविन्दम् श्रीविग्रहाराधननितनाना सिंगारतन्मन्दिरमार्जनादौ श्रीविग्रहाराधननितनाना सिंगारतन्मन्दिरमार्जनादौ युक्तश्च भक्तांश्च निजुञ्जतोऽपि वन्दे गुरश्रीचरणारविन्दम् युक्तश्च भक्तांश्च निजुञ्जतोऽपि वन्दे गुरश्रीचरणारविन्दम् चतुर्विधा श्रीभगवत्प्रसाद सर्वाङ्गतीर्थं हरिभक्तसङ्घं चित्तैव प्रीतिं भजत सदैव चित्तैव प्रीतिं भजत सदैव वन्दे गुरश्रीचरणारविन्दम् श्रीराधिका माधवयरपार माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपनाम्नां श्रीराधिका माधवयरपार माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपनाम्नां प्रतीक्षण स्वादनलोपशम् प्रतीक्षण स्वादनलोपशम् वन्दे गुरश्रीचरणारविन्दम् वन्दे गुरश्रीचरणारविन्दम् वन्दे गुरश्रीचरणारविन्दम् निकुञ्जजोनारति कैलिसिद्धै जाजाली भी जुक्तिरपेक्षणीया तत्रातिदाक्षादति वल्लभशं वन्दे गुरश्रीचरणारविन्दम् वन्दे गुरश्रीचरणारविन्दम् साधरीतेन समस्तशास्त्रैः रुक्तस्तथा भापत एव सद्धि किन्तु प्रबुद्ध प्रिय एव तस्य वन्दे गुरश्रीचरणारविन्दम् यस्य प्रसादात् भगवत्प्रसाद यस्य प्रसादात् न गति कुतोऽपि यस्य प्रसादात् भगवत्प्रसाद Yasya prasadat nagati kutopi Dayang stubang tasya jasati sandhang Dayang stubang tasya jasati sandhang
This is Los Angeles Temple.
Bande Gurasi Charanarvindam Bande Gurasi Charanarvindam Bande Gurasi Charanarvindam
Whose temple?
That one was Los Angeles, where the video was coming from the top, and the other one was from India.
Kanda ako ikamaniya Vishesha Shobha
Govinda Hari Purusha Tamaham Jami
Govinda Hari Purusha Namaham Bhajami Govinda Hari Purusha Namaham Bhajami Angani Asa Sakale Kriya Pritiman Lasyanti Vanti Kayanti Chiram Naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govinda
Adi Purusha Tamaham Jami
Govinda Hari Purusha Namaham Bhajami 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 Govinda Hari
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
This is Los Angeles.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna. What was that weird noise during the beginning?
Haribol, Haribol, Jai.
Hare,
So
you
that
know,
was. Go ahead. Go ahead.
like what time it the moment I clicked my phone, we must be in sync or something. You also checked how much longer the video was going to be. And I
Jai.
got it was around the 30 minutes mark on the video there.
All right, so no one joined, so I thought I'd play a Prabhupada video and just watch it
Yeah.
myself, and then you guys joined. And 7 or 8 people were watching online, so that's great. We watched for about, I don't know, we watched for about for 50 minutes. We watched a Prabhupada video. So that's pretty amazing, huh?
Yeah. I really just kind of made my heart well up. Like, I don't know, just kind of like flashed back to where when I don't know, just felt a sense of like nostalgia for some reason, watching that and hearing like that.
Chai. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, it kind of it just how can I say? It just brings up these emotions, this spiritual emotions.
Right.
How Prabhupada and Krishna, they're very merciful. The acharyas are very merciful, and
Yeah.
how everything is recorded and archived for the next 10,000 years. So
He lives on.
yes, so anyone who watches these videos of Srila Prabhupada on YouTube, if they're sincere and they're inquisitive, they can go back to Godhead in just a few lifetimes. Or maybe 1 or 2 lifetimes.
It's a matter. It's really more so like although the potency there is necessary for guidance, it also relies on how much they want it, how much.
Yes, yes.
The story of Atmadev and Dundukari, I forget what his brother's name was. The demoniac personality. He was, committing all kinds of atrocities, living with prostitutes, and then they realized, the prostitutes realized that sooner or later that that he would, get arrested and probably executed. So they decided to go ahead and, snuff him out themselves, and he ended up becoming a ghost. And it was his brother. He approached his brother, and he was shape shifting and like a ghost in different forms. He somehow or other he communicated with him that yes, I'm your brother, and I'm stuck in this ghostly form. So he went and inquired. I forget who he went in and talked to a certain Brahmana, I believe, and he told him, all right, what you have to do is follow this yajna. You have to perform this yajna for 7 days. So like that, they read the Srimad Bhagavatam for 7 days straight. And then at the end of it, the ghost, his brother, a Vimana comes down from the sky, and then they come out. He transforms into his 4-armed form. The ghost, he went from becoming a ghost with no body to his 4-armed form just by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam with so much desire, with so much devotion, folks. He wanted it so much, This is interesting that everybody else who heard it none of them immediately developed their four-armed form. None of them immediately became like that, and it's because
Yeah, I heard
the
it's
ghost
a
was,
competition.
huh?
My Bhakti leader, Pranata Karuna Das, told me and the boys that it's a competition. That however much the non-devotee wants to not take up Krishna consciousness, if you want it more that they take up Krishna consciousness, then they'll take it up. So it's like a competition.
Yeah, the ghost was in such a desperate situation, because he was suffering so much. The ghosts, they're so hungry, thirsty, and but they can't ever satisfy any of those, drives, because they don't have a body, and it's such a desperate situation that the quality of his Shravanam was such that it's so profound that he immediately went back to Godhead.
Ah,
Jai. So shall we continue watching some more videos?
I was
Go ahead. Go ahead, Prabhu.
what's the story with is there any particular reason why it's just us, or like if anybody else is busy, or it is what it is? You're not really sure.
We got Mahaprabhu in the
Krishna.
house.
Haribol.
So we are at 4 now.
Hare Krishna Mahaprabhu.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Haribol.
Krishna.
Hey,
So
Hare Krishna.
today's movie night, Mahaprabhu.
Nice. Yeah, movie night.
Right. We're watching Srila Prabhupada and his disciples having a wonderful time in Krishna consciousness.
Oh, fantastic.
So
Wow.
is everyone okay? We play another movie?
Yes.
Okay. Haribol.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol. So let me get this thing going.
I was curious. You just happen to know what Naranarayan?
Oh, I think Narayan Prabhu was busy today, and Rupa Manjari Prabhu was also busy. So I'm like, the program must go on. So I thought, make it a movie night,
Nice.
So, and that, these are some movies that people might have not seen. Mahaprabhu certainly might have not seen. So I think it'll be good to watch this.
I'm looking forward to it.
Mahaprabhu, which one would you like? Would you like this one here? Or would you like this one?
Whichever one you play, Ramachandra Singh Prabhu.
Okay. Let's go with this one right here.
Let's do it.
Can everyone hear?
Yes, sir. Australia.
His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, the spiritual master who knows the absolute truth, arrives on time in a blue Volkswagen Kombi van. For members of the Hare Krishna sect, it's the first coming. For the press, just another Indian mystic. And for the Pennington mob, another curious visitor. His Divine Grace founded the International Society for Krishna Consciousness in 1966, but it said his disciplic succession can be traced back directly for 500 years. According to his followers, he's the divine representative of God, and he's completely pure. Basically, the movement he heads is austere and exclusive. Alcohol, tobacco, and sex, other than for procreation, are frowned upon, and diet is strict and simple. Disciples surrender everything they own when they join the movement, and they survive on money from publications, donations, and they say Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna is all pervading. From his energy, the five elements, material elements.
The history of the movement, they say, can be traced back 5,000 years, when Krishna first spoke the truth in India. These days, the headquarters are in Los Angeles, where, according to one member, there are more frustrations. But today, they say the most perfect person in the world is in this Paddington flat, and the 50 members of the Sydney branch are ecstatic. Today, say the disciples, is a day of rejoicing, of peace, love and humility. But behind the facade, there's some conflict and some sadness. Cheryl Zimmerer is 18. She tried university and a job in Treasury before leaving both to join the sect a few months ago. Today, after her initiation by the spiritual master, she says she's found true happiness. But her mother and her aunt are not so sure. For them, the ceremony represents an alienation from the type of life they hoped Cheryl might lead.
Well, I'm not happy with it. I don't go along with it, but it's her life. It's what she wants. So my husband and I make the best of it.
What worries you about her being
Her
initiated?
future. Her whole future, and the fact that they're teaching them that there is not to have sex. I came here last night and the spiritual master was telling them that to have sex is like animals.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't the way I've brought my children up. And to hear this sort of thing, I'm wondering what her future is. She's given up university to do this, given up everything, she's not working. And I can't see any future in it at all. What's going to happen in 10 years' time?
What religion are you, can I ask?
Church of England.
And you feel that...
She's been christened, she's been confirmed in our own church. And she suddenly turned to this all in a matter of 2 months.
What do you think has attracted her most of all about
Well,
this?
she's been looking for something. She's an introvert and she's felt she's wanted more out of life than what she's been getting. And
she's obviously getting it, isn't she? Because she's,
her ideas...
she seems very happy since she's been here, doesn't she?
Her ideas coincide with these people's ideas. And I think they're very good living people. They're very sincere in their ideas. But they're not my ideas.
This is one of the things you don't particularly appreciate.
No, I can't see the point of doing this.
So why do you, in fact, prostrate yourself like that?
Well, it's a sign of humility, like the spiritual master. He is a messenger from God, an associate of God. He's actually Krishna's friend, God's friend. And this is why we bow down to the spiritual master, because the spiritual master is giving us, this knowledge how to go back home, back to Godhead, back to Krishna. Like it's just so potent in the world. Like we have 52 temples all over the world today.
Your mother is worried that, in fact, all the things you're saying are largely due to brainwashing. Are you worried that she's worried?
I'm worried that she's worried, but I don't think she should be. Because you can see that, there's peace and happiness there. Completely. Everybody has one goal. And, there's no sort of bad relationships in the temple. People realise that we're all spirit souls, all part of Krishna.
Do you feel she could have spiritual and happiness and peace with herself without doing this?
Of course. I thought that this is what she was getting at home. I mean, we love her very much at home. She's been brought up to the Christian religion, but there just seemed to have been something lacking somewhere.
This is a very hard question, but if your parents wanted you to come home and perhaps ignore all of this and perhaps get married like most normal 18-year-old girls, what would you do? What?
They wanted me to. I'd say I can't, because we're all spirit soul and we're only on this lifetime. Our lifetime is like an eye wink in the eternal time. So we have to try to go back home, back to Krishna as soon as possible. But there's no other bona fide spiritual master. This spiritual master is pure. You can tell just by association that he is pure. You can find out for yourself just by association. We don't ask you to believe that he is pure. Just because he's such a pure soul, a lover of God, completely devoted to God. So Krishna says, if you serve the spiritual master, well, then it's it's better than serving me. It's better. Krishna would rather you serve the spiritual master than he would serve him. Because the spiritual master is the friend of Krishna.
So what do you think, Mahaprabhu? Amazing video, huh? That is from 1971, Australia, Sydney.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Have you ever heard of the book called Fortunate Souls?
No, I haven't.
It might be written by someone in ISKCON, but it's about devotees and their encounters with the material world and just overcoming it. So, I've just heard a few things from it, and that story reminded me a lot of it. Reading.
Can we ever overcome the material world?
Yeah.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
That's guaranteed. That's the true in the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. That's what Srila Prabhupada says. It is
we can overcome the material world.
That's the goal of bhakti.
That's actual destiny.
We have to die to do that. Is that correct?
Eventually we die, but
we have to transform for that to happen.
We have to take advantage of the life that we have in order to achieve that when our body expires. That is the objective of practicing bhakti, is to prepare for the moment of death, thinking about Krishna. That's where we spend our whole lives, preparing for that moment that we're nicely situated to.
Just think about Guru, and that'll happen.
And that will take us to the next platform.
Pray for a guru.
Pray for a guru. I always thought Narayan was my guru.
No, sir. No, sir.
Pray
no,
for
sir.
Your guru. Yeah, pray for your guru.
That's not a good thing.
He might be what's called as Bhartma Pradarsha Guru, the person that leads you to take up this path. But the actual guru is the one that gives you initiation, the diksha. He's the one that has that platform of Uttama Adhikari. He's perfect, he's
give diksha.
He's infallible, right? And so
and where do you find a guru like that? Temple? At the temple?
No.
Krishna brings him to you.
You find him through prayer.
Okay.
You have to be very sincere and pray to Balaram, Nityananda, that you can, find the guru.
Are you familiar with Shraddha?
I'm quite a novice. I'm very new to this.
Okay, Shraddha is faith. And one
Say it again.
Shraddha is faith, and one must have unwavering faith.
Shraddha.
Yes, Shraddha.
We must have unwavering faith.
Yes, in both the Guru and Sri Krishna.
Okay. We have to be set up with the guru first.
Yeah, well, first things first, we have to chant the holy name, gain a taste for it. Generally, we develop a taste for chanting, and then as we go along chanting and purifying, naturally, the path becomes illuminated.
And that, I understand it's 16 rounds.
Yeah, but you start out with however many rounds you can manage, even if it's only 1 or 2 or 4
That's
rounds.
initiated. That's taking initiation. That's one of the vows.
Yes. By the time you take initiation, you're ready for initiation. You should have been chanting 16 rounds for like several months.
In one shot? In one shot? Or during the course of
Every day. All
during
rounds every day.
Okay.
The
So you can do 4 rounds times 4
Yeah.
16 a day.
a day. No matter okay, gotcha. Copy that.
Yeah, if you sincerely seek after Krishna in a mood of service, like pray to Krishna to be able to serve nicely, and then you should the truth should become
I just need to seek him or her.
apparent. Yeah.
Her.
No. There's no
Srila Prabhupada.
There's no gender.
well, in this age, there's no female gurus. Because
Krishna had a wife. Is that correct?
he had 16,108 wives.
Wow.
And he was able to enjoy all of them separately, simultaneously.
Incredible.
Because he was, he could expand himself. And so it was like each one of them had their own personal time with Krishna, even though it was, the same person.
And they were all blessed
really
by him.
To hear about those marriages, because the whole family of each of the wives would go to each of the weddings. And
say it again?
all the weddings happened. I'm just saying that it's beyond space and time.
Incredulous.
Pardon?
Incredulous. Difficult to believe.
It's for material minds, it's simultaneously inconceivable, but also understandable. Just take it with faith that it happened.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol.
Haribol.
Haribol. Where are you, Matthew? In Texas?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I spent the weekend at the actually Narayan Swami's Gaudiya Math. I had some excellent association with one of the pujaris there, and a few more devotees too.
Fantastic. Ananda Dev is also in Texas?
Yeah, he's living like 5-ish miles from the temple, and I'm right by the temple.
Nice. How often do you frequent the temple?
A few days every week.
How does that work? You just go when you feel like? Or there's certain service times? How does that work?
It's only open for Mongol Arti through the class that's open. But recently I was really for the first time actually disappointed in them letting someone onto the Vyasa-san, and up until pretty recently I've had a good experience with this temple, but it was starting to I was hearing irreligion and stuff.
You stopped going?
So, yeah, I don't really have that trust in the
the way it's run.
Well, yeah, it's they're just I've heard personal accounts of many people that have been very hurt and traumatized,
abused
deeply, badly, and they're very dear to me. And so, I mean, just it really doesn't feel right to talk bad about someone, but it is a concern.
Well, you see, this whole notion of good and bad, that's a material notion. Because in
Yeah.
the realm, it is what it is. Like you describe it for what it is. That doesn't necessarily make it bad, just because you're
But the
describing.
fact that the temple too also makes it much more like important to me that I don't want to be banned from the temple. Whereas if it were simply
Why wouldn't you want to
a person-to-person relationship, I would simply avoid the bad association. But I just entering into debate. Srila Prabhupada says that whoever runs away from that lost the debate. But still, the way I feel, and the way that those hurt people have related to how they want me to go about approaching these wicked people that I know. That sat on the Vyasa-san. It really like just I mean I've kind of entered into an agreement not to go down this route of debating and
within
asking
yourself.
them to apologize for this. So it's kind of like what?
Within yourself.
Well, yeah, ultimately that's true. Yeah, because like there's nothing that I can find that isn't my own fault. Because Krishna has wonderfully arranged everything. So
that goes for all. That goes for all of us. Prabhu.
At the same time, there's Vaishnavas that I don't want to.
What's a Vaishnava?
Yeah. What?
What's a Vaishnava?
Vaishnavas.
I'm not sure.
He's a devotee of Vishnu, Krishna.
Ah.
We are all Vaishnavas. This is a Vaishnava congregation.
And you question some of them?
Now, you know, when people aren't standard.
I mean, that I don't confuse them with the covering that they have either. Like, you know, they are a pure soul, but still, like the influence, like just even though there's such a nice temple and the deities are so beautiful, I just
Swamiji says that if somebody is breaking Shastric injunction and you have the evidence to show, then it must insist your duty to.
Maybe I should go back out there.
Huh?
Maybe I should go back.
I don't know.
Yeah, because you're right. Like,
well, I just mean to say that because, like, to not be so apprehensive about, you know, speaking your mind, what's on your heart, especially.
It's just that I agreed not to do that about the like.
Agreed with who? You keep saying that you agreed to. What are you talking about?
Well, to keep it confidential.
Who had you made this agreement with?
A few people.
One should understand that really, it really is only valid agreements. Well, in general, you should keep agreements in general, but if somebody is breaking Shastric injunction, then that goes out.
No, that is separate from the issue that I'm talking about. So yeah, I feel like I should go back out there and, like, you know, point out like that they're going against what I've been taught by my previous two Bhakta leaders. So like it's really not making any sense.
What should be done is you should try to talk to them one-on-one first. before you put them on.
Yeah, that's wise sage advice.
Because by doing that, it shows that you're genuinely wanting to help them understand more so than put them on in the spotlight, you know.
Yeah, and I was thinking about like a lot of verses, like, and getting ready to like approach him like in a nice way, and like I was gonna like mention Akrura, that like, hey, you know, like Srila Prabhupada says that he offended gopis in the pastime, but that's not something that remembered by. That's only for context of the story. He is famous for being the perfect prayer to Krishna. Yeah. One of the 9 perfectionists of service to Krishna. So that's what I was gonna like lead with, you know, and then just like say like, hey, I've heard this about like what you did, but you know, that's actually something that is like his reputation that preceded him. So
You tried to clarify.
I really do resonate with what you're recommending, is follow this path and find the divergence from the scriptural spiritual life, actually, rather than this like things that people are telling me about.
One should try to also keep it in context of like what organization you're part of, and
that doesn't work with me, actually. The way I can only think sadhu sangha.
If you can understand, so Bhagavad Dharma Samaj, what I try to explain is that you have to weigh out what is worth it. You know, if you're trying to go into an organization that you're in your heart you don't really feel a part of, you have to decide for yourself, is it worth going and speaking your mind to people that are really going to pertain to your spiritual path.
Yeah, one thing that I really don't understand is why Robert doesn't go to the temple either. Like that's been a while. Like, I mean,
if he got scarred, that's what I think.
Yeah, like I mean, it makes me feel like, you know, like, why should I be going when I could like maybe like, you know, get this community that like, you know, we all go there together.
Who?
Just like all these people that
you say we,
but yeah, like Robert, and I mean, I don't know why he stopped going. It's like
he probably I mean, imagine if your guru abused your relationship, your the personal relationship between guru and disciple, and as well as your fiance, you know, abused them as well, like, and that was supposed to be your path back home to Godhead. How would you feel like if somebody like Swamiji did something? Not that Swamiji would ever do something like that, but in the just the notion of it, you know, just imagine how that would feel.
Yeah.
It just became apparent that they weren't who they didn't have the authority that they claimed to have, you know, and then it led to abuse and pain and all kinds of difficulties, you know. I can understand why he wouldn't want to, why he stopped attending. I mean, that didn't even happen to me, and I stopped attending ISKCON just because the vibes I was getting there, like it wasn't, you know, if you were in like Prabhupada's ISKCON, so many devotees would have already approached you, like me. They would have approached me.
Or is Prabhupada's ISKCON?
Say again?
That's all I'm looking for, is the true international society for Krishna consciousness. And my experience with the going over to the Gaudiya Math, I had really nice association, but they don't have a English speaking class. It's in Hindi. But the Pujari that I got a lot of association with there, Dinabandhu Das, he was thinking about giving a class. So there's that to look forward to, maybe. And I've heard really nice classes in the ISKCON temple. It's just like, it was like pretty, a strange feeling to like see that one guy up on the Vyasa-san going against everything that I've been like taught in the Bhakti program. And
did anybody else recognize that, like, say that position that you are perceiving?
Well, someone did mention, like, what's this, like, because it was like he was like talking about like the thing that another devotee mentioned was that, like, he was saying that there should be no organization in how people prostrate themselves in front of the deities. And so that's another good point. And the devotee that was there, he asked, like, he said it's traditional that the senior disciples and senior Vaishnavas, they take their dandavats in the front of the temple room. Which, I mean, it's okay, like, you know, not to like pressure someone if they like just go to a random spot. But then to tell the temple that we're going to do this random, like, from now on, like, it just doesn't seem like the proper thing. It's not what I've been taught, and it doesn't align with anything I've like learned about why we should change. It goes against this quote that I recently like really vibe with from Srila Prabhupada, that basically where he says we should not change for the material world, society should change for us. And that's really like how I want it to be, but I'm still waiting to see on the result of all this organized just management, which I mean, I don't really want to be a part of, like, per se, but just I want it to be right.
You got to understand who you're dealing with. These people, it seem like to me that they're going to be rigid, and a lot of times they ban people for speaking their mind. So
yeah, that's the like. Why should there be a fear of banishment? That's like, that should be like, you know, fear of Maya. You know, I fear I will be in Maya and I won't be a worthy associate. But it's really the opposite. It's like, you know, how do I bring Krishna consciousness up in here so that like we're getting the original, and this is my temple, you know, like.
What's Maya? What's Maya?
Is it really your temple, or is it Tamal's temple? I mean, it's
not
technically
hard. Well, I meant mine. It's because I go there. That's what I meant. It's Radha Madhava's. All of you say Radha Madhava's.
That is simply a designation.
What's Maya?
Illusion.
Maya is illusion. So there's Mahamaya, that's the material world where everything is like big and flashy and distracting. And then there's Yoga Maya, where Krishna hides himself from the devotee. So, well, or he hides his true identity, and they, as like his tattva, well, and shows actually his true identity, and they are lost in the love of Krishna. What I meant by like true identity, like in the first, like, which I mean is his expansions and his summum bonum quality that, like, basically, like, I'm talking about like universal form kind of stuff. Like, he doesn't do so much, and when he does, it's to distract the, like, are you familiar with the pastime of Mother Yashoda?
Not really.
She saw everything in Krishna's mouth when Krishna was, yeah, she even saw herself, and she saw Krishna there. She saw everything in Krishna's mouth, and she just thought, oh, what is wrong with my little boy?
Oh,
that's what I'm talking about. Yoga Maya.
Yoga Maya.
This, like, this, yeah, this whole, like, awareness of tattva, it's not the highest stage. It's because the rasa, the taste, the relationship is so much higher. That Mother Yashoda, she wasn't thinking like, oh, I have found a view of the whole universe and like, you know, like a jnani or anything. No, she was in bhakti. And Krishna prema as Krishna's mother.
There's a distinguishment between Maya Devi and Yoga Maya. That
yes,
generally Maya Devi is more so malevolent. Like, she's like the prison warden who's consistently creating, sort of facilitating difficulties for each soul, so that they understand, you know, that this place is a place of penance, you know, not a place to necessarily become comfortable with. So all kinds of difficulties and calamities may come upon a soul, and that is the result of Maya Devi. Yoga Maya is the benevolent form of Maya, who is, although she may create some difficulties, those difficulties are generally so that they can grow from, but most of the time, a lot of the time, she just is there for the benefit of the soul, to bring niceties to the soul that they can experience, but also is like a strict mother, strict loving mother, versus the other is like a prison warden who's really not so much concerned with comforting or anything like that. That's what it was just described by this devotee who was on this meeting, the South African devotee. Nitya, I think his name is Nityananda Movie. He described that very nicely. So, I don't know. At the end of the day, way I see it, like, if somebody is not properly following and they're not willing to listen or properly to correct their standards, to raise their standards, and they're comfortable in staying in ignorance, then they're, at the end of the day, their association should be given up, you know. So we should maybe not try to, one should be aware that of not becoming too attached to any particular group of people unless they're like your god brothers and sister. That's what I think.
Oh yeah.
I agree with you, Prabhu.
At the same time, we should get everyone attracted to Krishna. But yeah, it also, like, not to waste one's energy in that process, because there are people that they just won't hear.
Yeah, we should definitely endeavor our best to get them to see the truth but if they're not willing to accept, then we have to put that in Krishna's hands and not, be able to let go of that, not be so attached to that outcome of whether they come or not. We should just be more so concerned with the people who are sincerely willing to listen and cultivate their standards, cultivate their sadhana nicely. So, sadhana meaning that their daily practice that develops, that cultivates bhakti, love for Godhead. Like the chanting and the waking up for Mangala Arati and performing all the services. Have you been to the temple, Mahaprabhu?
No, I have not. Can you hear me?
Yes. What does Narayan say about that? What does he recommend?
What kind of place have you gone to?
If you could answer my question.
I have never been to a Krishna temple. I remember the Hare Krishnas when I was 8 to 10 years old.
The temple sure came to you.
Say it again.
The temple sure came to you. I saw you have tilak on.
Yes, I do tonight.
Okay, so you have been somewhere.
Say it again.
You have been somewhere.
Yeah, I have it in my jiva, Gita, the jiva. I can feel it. I feel the connection.
You are the jiva.
Where'd you get that Gopi Chandan?
Say it again.
Where'd you get that Gopi Chandan, the tilak on you?
From Narayan gave it to me.
Okay, so have you ever been to a home program with him or something?
Never.
Wow. Okay, so have you seen a deity of Krishna with not from video or
Never.
Huh?
I have a question, Mahaprabhu.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I was wondering, what does Narayan recommend to you about the Los Angeles temple? Does he advise to go there or not go there, or indifferent?
He has told me that temple is corrupt. So I haven't been.
Right.
I don't even think that he attends that temple. He may have in the past, but I don't think so in the present.
I believe he's banned from that temple.
He has been. Oh, really? I didn't know that. He can be quite outspoken.
Right. When you speak the truth and people don't like it, goes against the status quo, and it kind of like threatens what they're trying to accomplish, they'll be quick to shut people down.
It's something I've never heard of Srila Prabhupada establishing.
That's correct. Srila Prabhupada would never act that way.
You mean like banning people?
Yes. How would he ever ban someone? Did he?
Only like a couple people, like child molesters and.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's not right.
You can't come here anymore, but you can come on Sunday program to take prasad, and that's it.
Yeah, and so even they weren't completely without mercy. But that's okay. Yeah, and now we've got these people that I'm talking about getting away with it and just being the manager and upcoming starting another Krishna house. I don't know if you've heard of that, in Florida.
Krishna house.
Krishna's got wonderful arrangements. No matter what all this like junk we're talking about, like it's there. There's always opportunity for seva. Actively
What's
glorify
seva? What's seva?
and kirtan.
Seva. What's seva?
Sacred service.
Secret
And
service.
Sacred.
The most dear to Krishna is he who distributes Krishna consciousness.
Amen.
And always will be.
Hare Krishna. We have to keep the message going.
Thank you for
Try.
your wonderful association, because Sadhu Sangha is the lifeline, really. And so we're all here for that. That is
Hare Krishna.
the real.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yes.
That's what Prabhupada wanted. Peace and love.
Yes, peace, love, and devotional service.
Hare Krishna. I know it's difficult these days to stay on track.
It really isn't, but if we're able to rise above, that's all it is. It's our own ability. We're
How
all
do we
flying
do
around.
how do we do that to rise above? How can one rise above? What needs to be done?
A guru.
It's not really so much about a person's ability, so much as it is their determination to serve. You know, because you couldn't not be so good at performing a certain service, but because you're doing it with such love and devotion,
That's what counts.
Yeah, so you go out on Sankirtan, book distribution, prasad distribution. Have you done those?
No, I have not.
Okay, well, I hear your friends around there are pretty good at that kind of stuff. We've seen videos of Ramachandra doing it.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Yeah. That'd probably be a good idea. I mean, that's always been core to the mission. I have this book called "This Is My Request."
This is my request.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
is that from Prabhupada?
Well, they're quoted from Srila Prabhupada. It's all Srila Prabhupada quotes and nice pictures of him too.
Wow.
Haribol.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare
Hare Krishna. Oh.
Haribol.
All right.
I'm a little late in joining, sorry.
Rupa Manjari.
Yes, sir.
All right. Prabhuhi.
Jai. How is everybody tonight?
Good,
Doing
good.
okay, it seems. Yeah.
We watched a couple of Prabhupada movies today. Mahaprabhu saw some, and Andrew Ananda and Matthew. So we're having a good time.
Oh, that's great.
Do you want to read this, Krishna? This is my request from His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada.
Sure.
They're all in. What's it? The way that time goes forward order. Earliest to latest. So I'll start with the first book in here from 1967.
Wow, what a history.
Can you show the book?
Yeah, Prabhu? All of Srila Prabhupada and his quotes.
Okay. Can you show
Okay,
the
I'll
cover?
do it. This is my request.
All right.
So I'm just gonna skip the foreword just because it's written by the publisher and the way that we operate. So we've got the first page here. Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now I am trying for printing arrangements, and this book also can be nicely printed, provided you take charge of distribution. I am very much anxious for sale of my books. It has to be organized. Please think over this matter. If the books are not properly sold, how can I print so many books? Letter to Kirtan Ananda, 27th April 1967.
Can you read it one more time?
I will read it again. Now I am trying for printing arrangement, and this book also can be nicely printed, provided you take charge of distribution.
Very nice.
I am very much anxious for sale of my books. It has to be organized. Please think over this matter. If the books are not properly sold, how I can print so many books? 1967.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, really, this book is not for distribution. I forget how I came across it, but it was given to me. It's typically that's what it says in the yeah, it says this publication is a free promotional item and is not for sale. So I guess I'm going to honor that if I ever. But
right.
Good, Elizabeth.
Here's the second page.
It's beautiful, Prabhu.
What are you munching on?
Oh, a special candy bar.
Oh, nice. Looks good.
Yeah. It's yummy.
Does anyone want to say anything about what we just read on the first letter? Because I mean, this whole like book changes like really came to me, like, but we have the original approved by Srila Prabhupada, summum bonum, as it is.
You read it really nicely, Matthew.
I agree.
Hare Krishna. Second letter. Now I am trying for printing. Oh, that's the first one. All right, but you didn't have any thing to say about 300 Jai. Second one.
Go ahead, Prabhu. Yes.
Although I am practically on the path of death, still I cannot forget about my publications. I wish that if I live or die, you should take very serious care for my publications. Letter to Hayagriva, 10th June, 1967.
So crystal clear. What needs to be done for things to work?
It's all set up.
Your voice is very low. I couldn't hear.
I heard you.
Rupa Manjari Prabhu's voice was very low.
Oh, is this better?
That is
Yeah.
better. That is better.
Okay. I was just saying that Prabhupada is very specific about what we need to do for his books to be successful.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Such a nice
I like your tilak. Looks beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Not as good as yours.
Oh, I'm not wearing mine.
When you do,
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, you're looking like a sadhu.
His name is Mahaprabhu.
Mahaprabhu, the Mahasadhu.
I'm still a novice.
We
I'm
might
a
not have
greenhorn.
been
I
able
know
to bring our
nothing.
bodies to India in
I
this
know
lifetime.
nothing.
India has come.
It's time to go to India, right?
Yes. Oh, I'd
No,
love
I
it.
said, I mean, India has come. That Sri Krishna has sent his devotees.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The pious souls.
That we are.
Yeah. No, but Prabhu, you really do look like a sadhu. Like, I'm telling you, you got the look.
I should have been an actor in life.
You should know. You should be a devotee of Krishna. Yeah. So Ramachandra Prabhu, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right, Prabhu. Just
You should put your video on too.
okay. 1 second. Let me go to my phone.
Okay.
Where's Narayan tonight?
He's having a party for our daughter at his apartment building where they have a really big swimming pool.
Oh, good. That's nice.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
That's good.
I got to talk to my daughter on the phone for the first time in a really, really, really long time this morning, and I got to wish her a happy birthday.
Fantastic. How old is she now?
She's 11 today. Can you believe it?
Wow. And your son?
My son is 6.
All right.
And they both speak so articulately. They're so intelligent. Oh my God, they are so intelligent.
I know they are. Just the look in their eyes.
They're just so
They're
brilliant.
fantastic. I remember when they were little teeny tiny things. I looked in their eyes. I said, wow, that's some powerful stuff right there. Both of them.
You mean he would take them to Costco and see you there?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my gosh, that's a long relation you've had with Narayan then.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Who did you live with?
I'd love to see him again one day.
Jyotirmay is 11.
One day.
Jyotirgamaya.
Yeah, she's 11.
She's 11 today.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's her birthday. If you want to give her something, you can give it to Narayan and she'll give it to him, or you can give it to me. I'll give it to her.
Beautiful girl.
Yeah,
and
she's
a beautiful boy.
2 years older than me has had a baby girl, so I have a nephew that's 17, turning 18 days tomorrow.
Wow.
All right.
Big age.
God.
So in a few weeks, I might be going up to see them.
Nice.
Meet her.
Take some books.
Yeah, take books.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, he's already got some, but yeah.
Yeah.
Time with family, very important. If you get the chance.
Who are your
I've heard the best thing you can actually do for your family is to become a pure devotee.
Yes.
Right.
Follow the rules and regulations and read and chant.
So
It's not
just look
easy.
at
It's not easy.
It's so helpful.
Was someone calling my name?
Yes. I was wondering where all your children live with, or what their living arrangement.
The arrangement is this: my daughter, who turned 11 today,